thank you for joining us right here on Luntha Television. This is yet another edition of Press Review, and in this program we'll look at some of the stories that are appearing in the papers, which are the Daily Times and The Nation. In today's program, you're with me, Jacqueline Saidi, and my colleague,
Major Kamwendo.
Well, let's be together.
Okay, you may start on the front page of the Daily Times.
IMF hints at devaluation. This is appearing on the front page of the Daily Times. Part of the story, the International Monetary Fund has said the kwacha remains misaligned with some of the country's major trading currencies, notably the United States dollar, the Great British Pound, the Euro, and the South African Rand. This is despite that Capitol Hill effected a 25% devaluation of the local currency in May this year, a development that saw the kwacha slumping from around 840 kwacha to the US dollar to 1,031 to the greenback.
Okay, in other words, they are calling for another devaluation.
Yes.
Okay, on the front page of the Daily Times, of course, the same story also appears with another should be a different heading. More needs to be done. That's according to IMF. I'm not taking that one. I have another one still on the front page, and it says AG stops Parliament on Buluma SPC, and partly the source says the Office of Attorney General AG has advised the Parliament against summoning National Oil Company of Malawi NOCMA board chairperson Corinne Zamba and the former Deputy Chief Executive Officer Helen Buluma to a hearing. Zamba, who is also secretary to the President and Cabinet, SPC, and Buluma were scheduled to appear before Parliament Public Appointments Committee back today to share more rights on alleged dubious fuel contracts the state-owned company was purportedly being pressured to undertake.
Well, jumping to the third page, Meg reports sends shivers in parties. Part of the story, three major political parties in the country have said that they will soon start holding elections for local structures in the 36 added constituencies recently confirmed by Parliament. Initially, the country had 193 constituencies and 462 wards, but following a lawmaker's confirmation of the Malawi Electoral Commission report, the country now has 229 constituencies and 509 wards. Malawi Congress Party Publicity Secretary Reverend Maurice Montari told the Daily Times that any political party's success is anchored by strong constituency committees. Montali said MCP being the oldest political party in the country, they will ensure that they conduct elections in a transparent manner for people to choose people who are capable of steering the party to victory in the 2025 local government, parliamentary and presidential elections.
When a Fumbo quits UTM party, the story is being found in the third page of the Nation newspaper of today, Wednesday, the 23rd of November 2022. And the party, the story says, should be politician Frank Tumpare Mwenefumbo has resigned from UTM party, where he served as the party's publicity secretary. In a letter to UTM party secretary General Patricia Kaliati dated November 22, 2022, he said he tendered his resignation to the party's president, who is also the country's vice president, on October 13th.
Our Speaker rebuffs Chihana on 30 billion kwacha AIP allegation. Part of the story, the Office of the Speaker of the National Assembly yesterday rejected evidence that legislator from Zimba North, Jeremiah Chihana, tendered to defend his allegation that 30 billion kwacha was stolen through affordable imports program fertilizer procurement processes. Second, Deputy Speaker of the National Assembly, Asha Adams, said documents that were submitted spoke over the 750 million kwacha that is already under probe by the Joint Parliamentary Committee on AIP.
And on the fourth page, there is a story which says increase in antibiotics resistance worries government. Minister of Health says it is worried with the increase in cases of resistance to antibiotics attributed to people's poor handling of drugs. The minister Volleyball's Principal Secretary Dr. Charles Mamsamo said this in Lilongwe yesterday during a national antibiotic resistance symposium should be marking the 2022 Global Antibiotics Awareness Week.
For jumping to the business part, IMF's temporarily relief for Malawi. That is a headline, and part of the story, the International Monetary Fund Board on Monday approved the disbursement of $88.3 million US, an equivalent of about 64% of Malawi's $250 million US monthly imports bill under the Rapid Credit Facility. Arbit seen as McGregor, considering current needs, the amount remains essential for forex-starved Malawi, where both the Reserve Bank of Malawi and the commercial banks have lately been seen rationing supply of the greenback, a clear indication that the coffers are almost dry.
And as far as the national business news is concerned, I have a story here which says experts urge monetization should be monetization of afforestation activities. Part of the story says the Farmers Union of Malawi head of business Derek Kaporo says smallholder farmers are reluctant to participate in afforestation activities because they see no direct benefits. He said this on Thursday during a panel discussion on mobilizing private finance for forest reforestation and it should be for forest restoration and the regenerative models organized by the UK government at the Conference of Parties to the United Nations Framework on Climate Change should be in Sharm Sheikh, Egypt, which ended on Friday.
Minister of Tourism Department's audit. Part of the story, Minister of Tourism, Wildlife and Culture Michael Usi has ordered that there should be forensic audits in government agencies and departments under his ministry. He said this on the sidelines of a graduation ceremony of Malawi Institute of Tourism in Luntha. Usi said the country is mad with reports of corruption, and to avoid unfounded allegations and speculations, there is a need for audits.
Now, turning to international stories, I have one which says Zuma ordered to return to prison, and the part of the story says the former South African President Jacob Zuma has been ordered to return to prison to serve the remainder of his 15-month sentence after that country's Supreme Court ruled that his release from prison for medical attention was unlawful. BBC reported that Zuma was handed a 15-month sentence last year for contempt of court following his refusal to appear before an inquiry set up to investigate allegations of fraud and corruption during his 9-year tenure as president from 2009 to 2018.
Going to the back page of the Daily Times, Stadia Dilemma. This is a headline, and this story has a sub-headline, Silver Stadia Fell Region 5 Test. Part of the story, Silver and Silver Stadia have been excluded from the list of venues to host the African Union Sports Council Region 5 Youth Games slated for December 2nd to 11th in Lilongwe. The development comes with less than 10 days remaining before the start of the games. Both Silver and Silver were earmarked to host the Under-17 Total Energies Africa Cup of Nations, COSAFA Zone Qualifiers, and a girls' football tournament.
Wow. Okay. On the very back page, Saudi Arabia stun Argentina. That's according to this page, and it says a bold and brilliant Saudi Arabia pulled off one of the biggest shocks in the World Cup's history yesterday as they came from behind to stun two-time winners Argentina 2-1 in a fantastic Group C opener at Lusail Stadium in Lusail. In the Group D match, one of Africa's 5 representatives, Tunisia, put a brilliant performance to hold Denmark to a goalless draw at Qatar's Education City Stadium. And in another Group D match, France and Australia were playing at press time, but that match ended 4-1 in favor of France.
Uncertainty surrounds 15 million Kwacha National Volleyball League. Part of the story, the future of the 15 million Kwacha Malawi National Volleyball League hangs in limbo as organizers postponed the event a day prior to the launch of the competition. Initially, the league was supposed to be launched on Saturday, November 19th in Lilongwe, but the launch was postponed.
Okay, my last one still to be an international one, which says Bell had no doubts about go against USA, and it says Gareth Bell said he had no doubts about taking the penalty, which brought Wales' first World Cup goal since 1958 in their 1-1 draw with USA. The team of Wales' camp finish looked set to give the USA victory until Bell was fouled by Walker Zimmerman and stepped up to score the 82nd minute penalty.
Going to the arts and culture, Evergreen sings for a cause. Part of the story, Chilimba-based musical group, the Evergreen, recently debuted at Sounds of Malawi acoustic session at Jacaranda Cultural Center in Luntha, where it excited people with its vibrations. However, the group has taken a different direction by doing music for a cause with a focus on climate change. The group is known as the Evergreen because it is where to use music as a tool for disseminating important messages to the world with a focus on climate change.
I'll take you through only one in as far as arts and culture is concerned, and this one says Castel Malawi says a festive tone, and it says Castel Malawi Limited has set an early Christmas festive season tone through the launch of a promotion called Agulatu. Through the promo, Castel Malawi will be throwing parties to groups and individuals who win their Agulatu promotion. To enter, one is required to buy 10 beers of any Castel brand from any pub where the company is holding an activation.
Well, I think that is all that we had for you for today. Remember, we don't take you through all the stories that are appearing in the papers. We only go through some of the stories, and for you to get full picture of what is appearing, you should buy your own paper, which is going at 1,000 kwacha. Today you were with me, Jacqueline Saidi, and my colleague
King Major Kamwindo. Continue enjoying the rest of our programming here on Luntha Television.
and stay safe.